So on the teardown, while I was looking at the brakes on this car, I noticed that the back driver's side wheel had a lot of fluid in the bottom of it. Looks like after I drove it around the block, the wheel cylinder has begun to leak. I've just sprayed it off so I can cut down on the brake dust that's back here and try to get some of the contamination out of the shoes. So I'm not planning to replace the shoes here. They look nice and thick. They don't have cracks or anything. So I'm just going to go for the minimum, and I got a new wheel cylinder from the parts store. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it, swap it, bleed the brakes, and hopefully I won't find any more issues when I go around the car. I'm not going to go and let the video run to show the swap or anything. It's pretty basic work. So I'll just show the results after it's done. Alright, so I've just finished swapping out the wheel cylinder on the back side here. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to bleed through the system by myself, because Austin's not here today. So this side's all back together. You can see that I've got the new wheel cylinder in there. So now I've gone on and taken off the passenger side wheel, and I've hooked up a drain line. I got a little bucket to hold the brake fluid into. And what I'm using to do this by myself today is a Moda pressure power bleeder. Right now I have it hooked up with a Ford adapter to the master cylinder. And I've got it empty right now, and it's holding 12 psi that I pumped it up to test for leaks. So now I know the system is good, it's ready to go. So I'm just going to crack the top off, which should release the pressure, and then I'll fill it up with some fresh brake fluid. And I'll go from the passenger rear, passenger front, driver's front, and bleed through until I have all clean fluid coming out. So I know that all the fluid in the car has been replaced. This will take me about 15 minutes by myself. So if you're working on brakes by yourself, I would highly recommend buying one of these power bleeders. It makes the job so much easier, and it gives you no excuse not to swap out the brake fluid once a year on all of your cars. So I've all finished up with the bleeding now. I've put the cap back on after making sure that the fluid level's at the top. Put the wheels and tires all back on. And now I'm just going to hop in and check to see the firmness of the brake pedal to make sure everything worked out alright. And the brake pedal is much better than it was before. I'll be very happy with that now. I should be able to drive the car to the smog shop. So, I guess that's it for this episode. So, if you haven't got one yet, go buy a Moda pressure bleeder. I'll have a link in the description. And be safe. Make sure you've got good brakes. Bye for now.